Liquefied petroleum gas, commonly known as LP gas, is a highly efficient, clean and green source of energy. As an alternative fuel option, it is versatile, affordable and available for a range of residential, commercial, industrial and transport uses. The use of LP gas as an energy source is safe if the guidelines and regulations are followed. LP gas consists of propane or butane or a mixture of both. These gases can be sourced from oil refineries as well as extracted from natural gas. When sourcing LP gas from natural gas, there is an added advantage in that a particular product can be produced to meet any specific requests. LP gas is colourless, odourless, tasteless and non-toxic. A non-persistent sulphur-based and pungent odorant is added to the product to help quickly detect any leaks. LP gas will boil at -42 degrees Celsius and is sensitive to any increase in temperature. As temperature increases, so does the pressure inside a container. Let's examine LP gas in a glass container. We see the lower portion of the container is full of liquid and the upper portion is full of vapour. In almost all cases, it's the vapour which is drawn off and utilised as a source of fuel. As the vapour is drawn off, liquid inside the container boils and replenishes the vapour that is drawn off. LP gas is the preferred propellant in aerosol products. However, it is not odorised when used in this application. Not all LP gas is the same. Propane is commonly used for domestic and light commercial uses, while butane may be appropriate for heavy industrial applications such as large boilers. In both examples, appliances are designed to run only on a specific form of LP gas. On the other hand, auto gas as a vehicle fuel may consist of a blend of butane and propane in a variable percentage. Vehicles can run safely and efficiently on a non-specific blend of these gases. Remember, the efficient burning of LP gas produces minimal emissions of greenhouse gases or air-polluting contaminants. LP gas is stored as a liquid and burnt as vapour. With a 1 to 270 expansion rate from liquid to gas, the product is an efficient source of energy. From a relatively small cylinder, we get a large volume of flammable gas. It's important to note that for LP gas to be used as a fuel, it must be combined with air. 1 litre of propane mixed with air could produce approximately 12,000 litres of flammable gas mixture. LP gas vapour is 1.5 times heavier than air. If a leak occurs, it will gravitate to any low area where it may accumulate as a flammable mix with air. If a source of ignition is present, a fire or explosion could occur. The accumulation of LP gas in confined spaces can also displace breathable oxygen in the air. This could cause asphyxiation for any person present in the confined area. LP gas cylinders should always be stored in well-ventilated areas away from ignition sources and drains. There are 3 necessary elements for a fire: air or oxygen, heat or ignition, and fuel. Each of these in the right combination will result in a fire or an explosion. LP gas has a very narrow band of flammability, between 2.2 and 9.5% in air. Where any fuel ratio exists above or below these limits, LP gas will not burn. When a gas leak is present, we can never be sure if the air-fuel mixture is within the flammable range. Therefore, it's vitally important to treat all leaks as potentially flammable. Sources of ignition come in many forms, the most obvious being cigarettes, lighters and electrical tools. When handling LP gas, we should also be aware of static electricity discharges. Any of these could potentially cause LP gas in its vapour form to ignite. If a gas leak is present that is not ignited, the gas may be dispersed by spraying with a water mist. This will help to dissipate the gas and avoid an accumulation. Should a fire involving LP gas occurs, it requires the use of either a dry powder fire extinguisher or if the fire is indoors, a CO2 fire extinguisher. The Australian Dangerous Goods Code states that LP gas is a Class 2 flammable gas. All dangerous goods are required to be identified. On all bulk storage or road tanker vessels, you will see the Emergency Information Panel. Under legislation, this must be applied to provide very clear and concise information on the dangerous goods being stored or transported. At the top right is the Class Diamond. This designates the class of dangerous goods in storage or being transported. The product name LP gas is the general term for all forms of liquefied petroleum gas, including propane, butane, or a mixture. The number 1075 has been allocated by the United Nations Register of Hazardous Goods. Below this number is the 2YE HazChem code. The number 2 is the Emergency Action Code. A water fog or mist is required for this class. The letter Y indicates full breathing apparatus must be used in an emergency. The letter E indicates you should consider evacuating in an emergency. At lower left is the primary contact advice. To contact emergency services, always call 000. The lower right contains details for product handling specialist advice. The gas supplier has an emergency response number which is manned 24 hours a day and can provide assistance in the first instant. In a situation where you may be exposed to LP gas, you must ensure that the correct personal protective equipment is used. This consists of protective gloves, safety glasses and clothing that covers your skin and does not produce static electricity. Let's sum up what we've learned about the properties of LP gas. We know that it comes in many forms, predominantly propane, butane, or an auto gas mixture of the two. LP gas appliances must only be used with the type of gas that it's been approved for. A distinctive, non-persistent, pungent odour is added to help detect leaks. LP gas is flammable, and every precaution must be taken to avoid ignition while there is a leak. LP gas as a liquid is extremely cold, so avoid any contact with the skin because it could cause cold burns. It should only be handled wearing correct personal protective equipment. As a minimum, gloves must be worn, although this is not necessary when filling a vehicle at a service station. LP gas is heavier than air, and should a leak occur, it will gravitate and may accumulate in any low-lying area. LP gas is a Class 2 flammable gas. To manage an emergency such as a leak, use a water spray to disperse the gas vapour. In the event of a fire, use a dry powder or CO2 extinguisher. Dry chemical extinguishers will be located in outside areas. CO2 extinguishers are mainly used indoors. LP gas is a highly efficient and clean green source of energy. As an alternative fuel option, it is versatile, affordable, and can be used in a range of residential, commercial, industrial, and transport applications. The use of LP gas as an energy source is safe if the guidelines and regulations are followed.